Here we are at the arse end of 2020. Not the best of years, unless of course you won a PPE contract or you might have had shares in Perspex sheeting. But for most of us, this was our first brush with state oppression. We've all been through the hellish experience of sitting on the sofa without a haircut and being forced to watch Tiger King on Netflix, an experience which has allowed us the true sense of comradeship with the victims of the Stalinist purges and the Spanish Inquisition. Throughout all this rubbish, Britain's cartoonists kept on drawing. Many of us had already been in lockdown for several years, socially isolated, working from our spare rooms, sheds and coal bunkers. But a crap year socially and politically is a good year for cartoonists, and for the 2020 Political Cartoon Awards, ignoring the obvious fact that they were cancelled and it was reduced to a series of online videos. Despite this, more cartoonists took part than ever. More votes were cast and the whole affair was as contentious as ever, boycotted by some and loved by others, possibly because it usually has free beer. The year gave us plenty of meaty subjects. We had the oven-ready Brexit debacle, the usual sad celebrity deaths, the rise of anti-reality cult QAnon, the rise of the Zoom call invading all our lives, the rise and hilarious fall of Dominic Cummings, the Black Lives Matter movement erupting, Trump losing the election several times, and of course COVID, a subject so all-encompassing that this year it got its own category, taking us from 4 to 5 awards. The first of which was Political Cartoonist of the Year. The runner-up, Morton Morland of The Times. And the winner, The Guardian's Steve Bell.
Hello, I'd just like to say thanks very much for this award, the 2020 Political Cartoonist of the Year award, which brings to a close what has been a rather crap year, on a positive note for me anyway. So I'd just like to say thank you and commiserations to all my esteemed colleagues in this wonderful profession. I'd like to say thanks to the organisers, Elwood Atfield, thanks to Tim, thanks to everybody who was involved in putting it together, and most of all, thanks to the people who voted for me, which is a great honour to be well thought of in the trade. So thanks very much.
Next up, Political Cartoon of the Year. Runner-up, Graham Keyes of Private Eye and The Phoenix and numerous other places. And the winner was Graham Bandera of the Yorkshire Post.
Wow, I'm absolutely delighted. Honoured, thrilled, chuffed to bits, ran out of superlatives. I'll keep this quick because I'm actually on with the cartoon. I don't want the ink to dry. Thank you so much, James Mitchinson, editor, Yorkshire Post, for basically giving me free rein and allowing me to do what the hell I want, really. Special mentions to my cartoon conference colleagues, Ian Day and Tom Richmond. We have so much fun coming up with ideas for cartoons, and they've been integral to this winning cartoon. I'd like to thank my partner Karen, who's been fantastic and very supportive with me throughout the year, basically for allowing me to have the conservatory and taking over the place and making it a right mess until I finally moved into this bedroom. I'd like to thank my dog Coco, who I'm just going to quickly get because she's a little superstar. Here she is. Let's get her on here. Come on, Coco. Good lass. Off you go. I'd like to thank all my family, friends and colleagues who voted for me. It's been a very fulfilling, rewarding, fruitful year, but also very challenging. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Next up is the Pocket Cartoonist of the Year award, which this year had a 3-way tie for second place. These 3 were the excellent Nick Newman of Private Eye, The Spectator, The Sunday Times and just about everywhere else. The also excellent and published everywhere Steve Jonesy Jones. And the equally excellent and ubiquitous Griselda. Winner of Pocket Cartoonist of the Year award was the same as last year, master of a picture painting 1,000 words, Jeremy Banks.
I'd just like to thank everyone very, very much as I hand myself this rather magnificent trophy. Thank you very much. I'm just grateful it wasn't Priti Patel or Gavin Williamson who came round to do it. But I really would like to thank Elwood Atfield, Dr. Tim Benson. Stop doing that, Tim. and of course the PCO, the Professional Cartoonist Organisation, especially Clive Goddard, and of course Amy for all their great work. Thank you very, very much. I'd very much, of course, want to thank everyone who voted for me. Very sincerely, thank you so much. Very, very touched by this. Little did we realise this time last year that we'd all be huddled in our homes, hiding from a plague. Hopefully next year things will return to a more normal. I'm hoping those little fish and chip things will be called a substantial meal from now on, and we'll all have our immune systems hopefully boosted with great doses of British vaccine. So until then, I look forward to seeing everyone, and yeah, thank you very, very, very much. Thank you.
Pocket Cartoon of the Year went to fellow minimalist and Private Eye regular KJ Lamb.
Hello, I'd just like to say a huge thank you for a wonderful surprise to hear that I'd received this award. I was so very happy to have been that my cartoon was chosen from so many brilliant entries. I did write a very long acceptance speech, but then I edited my speech. I'd like to dedicate this cartoon to editors everywhere, and particularly to Private Eye, where the cartoon was originally published. I've worked for Private Eye for over 40 years, and so it feels very good to receive this award for a cartoon they used. But as I said, there are so many brilliant cartoonists out there, so I do feel very lucky that my idea was chosen for this award, and thank you again so very much.
And lastly, the COVID Cartoon of the Year award, which I seriously hope is a one-year only thing, went to the Telegraph's Bob Moran.
Thank you very much to Elwood Atfield for organising and overseeing these awards. I'd also like to thank the Telegraph for giving me a platform this year to say the things that I've felt needed to be said. Thank you most of all to the people who voted. The support that I've received this year has been really overwhelming. Many of you have written to me and said that my work has helped you to cope with what we've all been experiencing this year, and I just want to assure you that you have helped me in return. I don't really want this to be viewed as a victory for me. I don't even want it to be viewed as a victory for free speech. Let this be a victory for the values and sentiment with which the cartoon was drawn and which it stands to defend. The fact that this cartoon won is a sign, albeit a small sign, that the people who have spent months relentlessly trying to crush those values will ultimately fail, because love and human decency will always win in the end. Thank you again, and happy Christmas.